Recently, the team at vSGO got in touch with me to see if I'd be interested in reviewing their new 25-litre professional camera backpack. In their communications with me, they told me about the backpack's smart design technology, versatile interior configurations, and futuristic construction to keep weight down. vSGO certainly had captured my interest, but I just had one question for them. Does it come in black? You know, I'm just asking, for a friend. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Just a very quick thank you to the team at vSGO for sending me out this 25-litre Pro backpack to test and review. But vSGO aren't actually paying me to do this video, so any sort of findings or opinions I've got of this bag are mine alone. First impressions I had on this backpack was how light it was in weight. As I took it from the courier, I thought, is there actually anything in this box? I think the easiest way to show you this camera backpack is right here in the studio, because I've got cameras all around that I can use to get right in and show you all the nooks and crannies and all the different features on this bag. Wow, so where do I start on this bag? Let's talk about its exterior. When I first pulled this camera backpack out of the box, the thing that hit me first was, I was going, what's this, Louis Vuitton? Or some sort of fashion accessory? What is this? This is not a normal camera bag. It's got this very stylish type flair to it, don't you think? Compared to other backpacks that I've had in the past, this has this really nice, sleek, finished look to it. One of the other things you'll probably notice is this bag is sitting perfectly upright. A lot of the other camera bags I've had in the past, they won't sit like this. They either fall forward or fall backwards. This is awesome for when you're traveling and you're at airports and you're sitting in, say, security lineups, or you're sitting in things like check-ins and you've got your bag down next to you. All the time, I would be reaching all the way down because my camera bag has fallen forward or fallen backwards. The reason for that is underneath, you've got these little rubber feet, and they've done a really beautiful job they've made them large enough so the bag sits perfectly upright all by itself. Now, as you move along the line, you've got a beautiful handle up here, nice soft cushion handle that you can just pick it up. Actually, there's a number of ways you can carry this bag. You can either carry it one-handed at the top here. At the back, and I'll talk more about the back soon, you've also got another strap here that you can actually carry it like this. Or say you've got a trolley, and one of those trolleys that have a handle, you can hook that over the handle so it slides down, and then you can still pull along the trolley. And of course, the other way is the backpack way. Now, when I first opened this bag out of the box, I opened up the bag at the rear, and inside were these other accessories. Because one thing I noticed with this bag, it didn't have any sort of hip type of support, but these are actually for the hip support. These are quite comfortable around on your hips, these little clips. There's 3 lugs at the back, so it can fit to your type of body shape. So let's talk about these drink holders. There's 2 on each side. That's one great thing I love about this bag as well. They're quite large, so they can fit a really large drink bottle in there if you want. The one thing that I noticed that I picked up is down the very bottom, they've put a little secured hole. So any sort of like leakage out of the bottle or say condensation buildup, that's got a place to come out at the bottom here. So it doesn't seep inwards into your bag. It actually comes out through this hole and drips out. But you could use one for say a water bottle, and on the other one, you could use it for something else. You know, whether you just want to pop in your mobile phone or you've got a travel tripod. So going over this bag, I found all these little security measures that they've included in it. So things like on the top of the zips here, you can clip these zips together very easily via this little tiny clip here. And you've got to use quite a bit of force to click them together. For somebody to come along and to unzip your bag and take your camera out, it's going to be quite difficult. So when you go to pull them apart again, you've got to use a little bit of force, and then you can unzip. So you've got those on the top there. You've also got them on another side pocket over here. So that side pocket has got inside of it also more storage. So you could put things in there like your external power banks, memory cards, cleaning cloths. But the one security feature I really love is on the front here. It's this big dial. So you've actually got to twist it and it's magnetically locked. You've got to open it up like this. You've got also a magnet on that side. So when this clips down, it comes down, you basically put it into place and it auto locks. So there's no messing around with zips or anything like that. You just twist it and it opens up. So you just put it back down, let it go, it auto locks. So if somebody was coming along and they're trying to get into your bag from behind, you would feel something like being tugged at. First of all, they'd be probably sitting there scratching their heads, being the dumb criminals they are, working, how in the world do I get into this bag? And they'd probably just give up and go on to somebody's other bag that's easier to get into. Say for example, by some miracle, they did manage to unclip this while it was on your back, they open it up. But then inside here, they've then got to mess around by pulling this string, and then they'd have to open up this, and then you can reach into the top of the bag. So this leads me to the fact that you can access the interior of this bag three ways. This is one way, going through the top. Now the second way you can get into this bag is from the side pocket on the other side here. Now once again, on those zippers, it's got that little security lock, but I've got it undone at the moment, so it's easier to get into. Let me just unzip this. And inside this bag, you've also got more pouches. These are the ones I was talking about that you could put things like power banks or memory cards or cleaning cloths into, maybe a snack. So the third way to get into the inside of this bag is through the back. The thing I also love about this bag is because that main entry is on the back, and say you're in a bit of a wet, damp location, you're out doing landscape photography, and you've got your bag down. So when you open your bag up and you do your photography, you're finished, you put the camera back in, you zip it up, you put it on your back, you don't have any sort of moisture that would have got onto the front of the bag here. This would then be much more comfortable on your back. Trust me, I've done this where my bag had fallen back in some mud and it was terrible hiking home, and I had this wet, soggy back with this camera backpack. It was horrendous. So let me just open up the main back section here. And you'll notice you've got a 17-inch laptop area. This is really cool. I like the way it's magnetically locked. You just unlock it and you can slot in a laptop. Nice and padded for protection. You've also got some extra storage right on the top of the bag here. You've got this little bit of netting that you could put other stuff in as well. Another up the top here. Then you just unzip it and you can see the whole interior of the bag. So it doesn't matter what type of photography you're doing, you can rig this whole interior to suit what you're doing. You've got rooms for things like drones, extra bodies, you've got room for extra batteries, and also room for lenses. That's the most important thing. So you've got these massive dividers that you can use. You can actually put these like this into the bag. That's for carrying a really big telephoto lens. You can fit something like a Nikon Z 180 to 600mm lens with the camera body in very easily into this bag. So when you look inside, it really is up to your imagination in terms of the way you want to configure it. So let's turn our attention now to the back of the bag where these straps are. When you lift up these straps, that back padding, it does look a little bit like Batman's armor that he wears on the front, doesn't it? But it's actually designed that way because the airflow comes up underneath and through the sides, and what that does is it allows sweat to dissipate from your back. So these shoulder straps are very easily adjustable. You've also got this little tiny bit of a chest strap that you can click together, as well as if you add those adjustable hip straps, it really does make for a comfortable setup. The bag is also made of water-resistant material. So this type of material on the top here, around the sides and around the front, if you're in things like light rain or light snow, you don't really have to fuss around with pulling out a traditional wet weather cover and covering up the whole thing. So I think vSGO have done a really good job in designing this bag. It's got so many loops that you can just clip things to, so you don't really have to worry about going inside the bag per se. You can just clip them onto these loops for faster access. But the one little type of feature that I love that they've done is on this zipper, on one of the side pockets, it just basically does up. It's a really big zipper, but it doubles as a screwdriver as well. There's times where I've got things like my L bracket for my D850, and I've got to have a screwdriver or a coin that I've got to use to put it on, as well as some of my tripods. I've got to put the base plate on with a screwdriver or a coin. This little zipper actually detaches and it becomes a little screwdriver. So you don't have to fiddle around and look for a coin or look for a different tool. It's sitting right on your bag, right there. Out hiking with the vSGO 25 litre Pro camera backpack, it felt really comfortable on my back, even without the hip straps. Having that side entrance for quick access to my camera is perfect when I'm running and gunning. The pros for me when it comes to this vSGO Pro 25 litre backpack, well, honestly, what's not to love about it? It's stylish, practical, and importantly, lightweight. The fact that you can actually rig this backpack for so many types of camera and lens setups in the interior makes it versatile for all types of photography. And those little tiny technological added touches make it what I believe to be one of the best bang for your buck camera bags out there. The cons, well, I noticed when I closed the top of the bag, the magnetic self-lock mechanism can be a little bit of a hit and miss for lining up. You might just have to fiddle with it ever so slightly to get it in the correct position so it locks automatically in place. Just from a personal perspective, I would have liked access from both sides of the bag to get to the interior, and not just one, but better one than none. Above all though, the pros far outweigh the cons when it comes to this vSGO 25 litre professional camera backpack. For more information on this vSGO 25 litre Pro camera backpack, I've left you a link in the video description box below. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. Never stop creating, and I'll see you next time.